Today I'm going to show you how to connect dbt and the semantic layer to Steep. It's easy to do and will give you a very powerful BI setup. Alright, quick intro to Steep. Steep is a BI tool built natively for the semantic layer using a metrics first approach. Alright, let's get into it. So here we are in our dbt cloud workspace. For this demo, we've set up some models and a corresponding semantic layer. So here you can see our semantic models with the dimensions and the measures. And below, just below is where we have our actual metrics, the metrics definitions. And if we pull up the graph here, we get a nice overview of the metrics that we have defined and how they depend on our data model. Very nice. All right. So we have these well-defined metrics, and now we want to make them useful, to an entire organization, possibly. So let's jump over to Steep. All right. So now we're in Steep. I've created a brand new workspace, and let's get started by connecting a data source. In this case, we want to add a semantic API. So let's select dbt cloud and let's pop in our credentials. All right, let's hit connect. Great, so now we're connected to dbt cloud and our metrics are now available in our workspace in Steep. So let's jump over to our metrics catalog and check things out. And here we can see all the metrics that we defined in dbt that are now available in Steep. So here we see the name, of course, the description, and you can add more structure here as well with categories and owners as well, which is really nice. Okay, so now I actually want to start using the metrics. So let's click on order volume here, which takes me to this view where I can start to explore and analyze my metrics. So I have controls here, of course, over time. We can change the time grain. Here we can break down by any of the dimensions that we have defined in our semantic layer. Of course, even do filters or drill downs. You can compare different metrics with each other, kind of overlay them, or even add different kind of window functions and compare over time. So let's do this one and let's compare with another metric. Let's do registrations. Nice. All right, and if we switch over to the about section here, we can see the query that gets generated by the semantic layer. All right, so when you have something that you think is interesting, you can then add it to report. So let's do that. I'll add it to a new report. And now we're in a report. So reports are a flexible document format made up of different kind of blocks of content. So you have chart blocks, tables, and text. And you can combine them to create any kind of content, really. So it's great for reporting, kind of classical dashboards, or even kind of deep dive analysis or investigations. So I'll name my report, and maybe I'll add a table, and adding a couple of metrics to this one as well. Let's do registrations, turns. Great, and then of course, I'll drag it over here to create a nice layout and text. There you have it. So we have our metrics defined with the semantic layer in dbt. We connected that over to Steep, and now it's available and useful for everyone. There's a whole lot more you can do with Steep. We really think that using a semantic layer, using a metrics first approach is a new paradigm for BI that it's really great for, you know, data intense tech companies. It's great for the data team because it's very kind of systematic and efficient way of working. It's also really great for all the stakeholders, all the business users out there who gets total freedom to use all of the metrics and the dimensions in your semantic layer and explore and analyze with total freedom.